So in the Farmall C, not the Super C, but the C manual, it doesn't show these obviously because these right here were designed for extra stability with the fast hitch. And I believe that's because they had mounted attachments like that double disc I've got, which is super heavy. The C, I think you only had a trailing disc. You had mounted plows, they were direct mount plows, but you didn't have a direct mount harrow. I'm pretty sure that the harrows they use for the straight C were drag behind, but they could be pinned like the Cub ones, so they would be straight, and you could tow it field to field straight, and then you would angle it in the field using the tongue. But they're 86 pounds each. This is the Cub I've been working on. It's my 78, and I absolutely hate federal yellow, so I've been painting it, and I've had so much trouble with the white. It's just been a disaster. It's been, at first it was wrinkling, and then I realized I probably had the paint on too thickly, and so it wrinkled, so I stripped it, and I've put 3 coats on. You can see it's running a little bit in different places. I'm going to fix that. I've got new decals because those decals were pretty much on their way out anyway. They were pretty thin. So I've got those, and this is that Magic International White. The Magic, it seems like it's a pretty thick, heavy paint, which is an oil paint, which is fine. I've had bad luck with the Magic spray cans. I've bought them and they just didn't work right off the shelf. But I've also bought some that did. And then you can get the Rust-Oleum farm paints, but the nozzles always clog on those on me. And then you can also get at Ace Hardware, and this is for Caterpillar Yellow, which is a perfect match for Federal Yellow, by the way. But this one works pretty good. The IH Red, not so much. I like the applicators on these. They spread like a fan. You know, they spread out, so it puts a nice coat down. But it turns pink after a while, so it looks like I've got a Mahindra parked out there with that pink paint. So I know what you're thinking. You're like, Tom, you imbecile. That is not a Super C, that is a Farmall Cub. And that's a Farmall Cub. I'll get to it. There used to be this company in Massachusetts, and I think they had some in Pennsylvania too, but I mostly remember Massachusetts had one. It was a farm family center. And they had their IH Red, but it turned orange. After a while it faded orange. It looked like you had an Alice Chalmers out there. And anyway, so here's these weights right here. So these are 86 pounds, so that they're not anything to fool with. I really think those I think those wheel weights are like 75 or 80 pounds, so it's almost crazy that that little weight right there weighs as much as those. Yeah, the 200's still here. He paid for it. He just hasn't picked it up yet. He's going to drive it to his property. And I've been starting it up every once in a while and just kind of running around the yard with it. But I hope he gets it soon, because what I'm worried about is either the gas will get old or the battery will go flat or something. Then he'll come to get it and it won't start. And I just don't want to. You know, if I buy something, even if I want it to start and run, and so I don't want to have to tinker with it and mess with it. But anyway, so the Cub's here, and I've got the plows on it. Now, the way this drawbar is set up is for the single plow, the LF. I think it's a 93 plow. And with it all the way over to the right, it's perfect for the tire to drop in. It's supposed to, for this plow, it's supposed to sit in the center, but I think because this tractor came with that grader blade, I think somebody used it for a battering ram and bent the snot out of it. And I've got another one of these. I've got another one of these and this, and I've got these. Where are they? Yeah, these things right here. I've got all that stuff. I've got another cross assembly. But this one's stuck, and on the other one it's stuck. And I've wheeled on it with a sledgehammer. I've put PB blaster in there. I put heat to it, and it is stuck. It is not moving. Because all I want to do is I don't even know how I'm going to get this out really. I know I can unscrew it here, and I think it'll just come out, and I think that'll slide, in theory, that's the way it's supposed to work. Because all I really want to do is just change this bar here with the straight one I have, because it's perfectly straight, but I can't get it off, so I'm kind of screwed. I've actually been told by someone else who who has handled a lot of cubs with fast hitch, and he said he's never in his entire life seen a cub fast hitch with that bar not bent. So I'm lucky I've got one. I've got one that's not bent, but I can't get it off. So what I'm gonna do right now, I guess, is I'm gonna strip these down with a. Some people like to use the sander with a flapper or whatever, and to each his own. I like those wheels, those little wire brush wheels, because I have never laid claim to be a professional painter, and I use my equipment for work, and so there's nothing I think that would make me sadder than to do a bang up paint job and make it parade ready, and then next thing I know, it's all scratched up and dinged up because I used it like a tractor. So yeah, all these tractors, all these old Farmalls that I keep, I use them, but I park them all in the winter. I winterize them, and I don't use them all winter. I think it's kind of hard on them to use them. They condense water in the transmissions, and most of them are 6 volts and they start hard. So I just make sure the antifreeze is good. I make sure the battery's whatever, either charged up or removed, and drain the gas out. What I usually do is run the tractor, shut the fuel off, and then run the carburetor dry. Then I don't get gum in the carburetor to mess that up. So that's what I do. But regardless, I could use this one in the winter or the 140. They're both 12 volt, and it's crossed my mind to put the graded blade on this, but I haven't yet. So anyway, I digress. So I haven't made a lot of videos lately, and it's a couple reasons, but I don't talk about it too much. But I have Gulf War sickness, and it's just what they call it's all these chronic multi-symptom. It's a bunch of stuff, and sometimes it flares up, and when it happens, I just am not worth anything, and I can't even get out of my own way, and I just feel miserable and crabby, and I get depressed. And so it's the worst time to make a video is when you are crabby and depressed, I think, because nobody wants to see you make a video crabby and depressed, but anyway, I haven't felt good, and I feel okay, I guess, today. No, it's not COVID. I don't have COVID, but I just haven't felt well. So here I am making a video. I think I might have mentioned this before, but in college I was a DJ and I had a radio show, and all my friends called me Tractor Tom, and that was actually what I went by when I was a DJ. But with YouTube, there's already a Tractor Time with Tim and Tractor Mike, and so I don't think there's room for a Tractor Tom too. I think people would be like, that's the most original thing you got. Well, actually, I guess it was, because that was 30 years ago. There was no YouTube 30 years ago, I don't think. 32 years ago? Yeah, 32 years ago. Regardless, I don't go by Tractor Tom anymore. So this gets loud, and it's cast iron, so I can brush paint this, and it'll come out nice. But I need to get some of that scale and crap off. I don't want to drop this on my feet because I won't have any feet left. These bolts right here are I don't know what the heck went across the front. I thought because this, the way this sits, this goes on the right side when you're sitting on the tractor. There's 2 grooves here, so you put 2 bolts in, and you kind of set it on, and you put a bolt through here to tighten, and you tighten them up. But I don't know, so if anybody knows what this is for, there's 2 bolt holes and then some crummy old bolts that are like stuck in there. Oh, wait, you gotta see this. This is one of the bolts that was holding it to the tractor that I got it from. Check that out. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. Lucky it came out without snapping it, because that would have sucked. So I was asking people, because I've never seen one of these for real. I've seen a couple on Marketplace and Craigslist. Somebody had, and it was like 2 years ago. I think he got like $400 for the set of them then. And so I was asking people, what are these going for? People said they were paying like $700 for these stupid things now. So I got a set of these, 2 brand new tires with tubes, the adjustable rims, the whole bolster, and the narrow front end. $700 shipped to Fastenal. I had to drive, boy, was it 2.5 hours to, why is my brain not working? It was a ways. I don't know why I can't remember the name. It'll come to me later. There's a lot of people with the attitude, if you're not going to do it right, then don't bother to do it. Well, that's okay for some things, but we're just going to make it dirty, and all you're trying to do is just keep it from getting worse. Then a Band-Aid's good enough for now. I think that's pretty much the farmer way anyway. It's just whatever you can do to make it work. I got my new Cub decals yesterday. And, you know, looking at this, it's okay. It's not terrible, I guess. It looks better than rust. And so I got my new decals. They sure aren't cheap, that's for sure, but I hate tractors that don't have decals on them. They look stupid. You know, and like I said, some people will be like, well, if you're not going to do it right, don't bother. I don't know. What is right? Does right mean, you know, it's a trailer queen that you don't use it for anything? I don't do trailer queens. I never have. So the way that these go on is the round edge back here goes on the tank, and I don't even know which side to start on, to be honest with you. I'm going to kind of go over where it used to be. It doesn't look like it's going to be that easy. We'll find out, I guess. It's a really long decal. I don't know why the color looks funny on this morning. I'm using the software that goes with the microphone, and it looks a little weird. We'll see what it looks like when I go to edit this later. So 2 of my sons went to college yesterday, so I don't know how I feel about that. I took one to the University of Maine at Orono, and the other one went to Southern Maine Community College. It already feels weird without them here. So I'm going to go very slowly and try to work out the wrinkles as I go, and hopefully I can go straight, because that would be good. And so the first thing I've run into is where the screw is. So I'm going to use my little reamer and just puncture it so that it doesn't get too many. I don't want to peel this back too much. I just don't pride myself on being a painter. I just can't do it. I don't know why. I just think I lack the skill set. I can try to be careful. I can try to take my time. I can try to do all the things, and it just comes out looking like garbage. So I have given up on trying to be a good painter. If it's something that's super important, I'll have somebody else do it. But like I suck at painting houses. I suck at painting everything. Just I've never been good at it. You know, people will be like, "Oh, you can train to do anything." Well, maybe, but I think if you just don't have that skill set, or you're not trainable in that skill set, then you're not doing it. But I for sure can't paint worth the crap. So what I don't want to do is get wrinkles. I know I don't want that because that'll be a mess. So I guess I'll try to, it looks like it's going pretty straight so far. I don't want to have it so far off kilter that it looks stupid. I mean, it is what it is. It'll look good in the videos because they'll all be, you know, from away. They won't be close-ups. What we'll probably end up doing is I'll get in one side looks pretty good and make the other side look stupid. So shipped, these decals are over $100. And I don't know what you call these. I don't know if these are the mylar or what they are, but they have a stickum on it, and then you peel the backing off, so they go on funny. It's almost like they go on upside down. I did those, I think it was the Cub 3 cultivators, field cultivators, and you know, I thought I did a good job painting it, and then I took my sweet time peeling it off, and then when it's peeling off, it was still pulling the decals off with it, and the same thing with my manure spreader. And I was like, come on, man. I don't know. I don't think it looks too bad. Of course, my camera moved while I was doing this. So it's like I was talking to you guys were looking at the ceiling the whole time. You didn't get to watch me put this on. I think it looks okay. It's not perfect, but I'm not either. I'll bring it around here again in a second so you can see it again after I do this side. So I used Magic IH white, and it probably should have been like I think a different kind of white. The Cubs I've seen, well actually this one here it was more of a white top on it. It wasn't really that IH white color. It was more of a pure white. So this has like a silver backing on it. I'm trying to match it up with the old one. This is kind of fun in a not fun way. I think I'm just losing my patience with a lot of things right now. really screw this up. I mean, I'm sure I can. I don't think it'll take that much difficulty for me to really wreck this. I did pretty good for a while, and then somehow I went up, and I knew I could screw it up. It's possible. Why didn't I sand off the other one? I don't know. Most people probably would have. So much. At one time, Tractor Supply was selling Valspar, and that looked pretty good. Came out pretty good. Then they went to that Magic, and I was like, man, this stuff it's just trash. So I don't know what I'm going to do about my 48 Cub. It still smokes a little bit. I don't know if I want to send it off to get it rebuilt or buy another one, because the place I got that from, they had done all the serious work on getting it painted right, and even though it's a little beat up, not beat up, but the paint's a little beat up, I guess, it still looks really good. And I know that I could buy another Cub for what I would have in a motor job on that one. Probably 2 Cubs. But then I might be left with the same thing, and I don't want an amateur rebuild. So I was thinking about TM Tractor over in Windham. They do, Windy Hill Restorations, they do a good job of rebuilding motors and stuff. And so if I took that over there and had it done, I would never have to worry about it again. And I know I'd probably be into it for about $3 grand by the time he was done. And Cubs go for, geez, up here, you never know about Cubs up here, because last year I was selling them for, you could get $2,500, $3,000 for a Cub, and this year all the ones out there for $2,000, they're not moving. I mean, you still got the idiots out there putting their Cubs at $5 grand, which, that must be the, the wife wants me to sell it price. But there's no way those are going to move. I'd really be surprised. So I went up a little bit in the back. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix it without getting paint all over this one. I guess I could mask it off, which is probably what I'll end up doing. I'll put some masking tape on it and try to paint over it. So I don't think it looks too terrible, I guess. It's just, it's not perfect, but I don't think it looks too bad on camera. I just got a couple of places to touch up, but I think it came out pretty good. Like I said, I can't stand federal yellow. Federal yellow belongs on industrial equipment and Cub Cadets. And you don't see a lot of the 78s that are red. So let's go up to the tractor shed and we'll grab, I gotta pull the Cub out because I want the Super C down here. I want to do a couple things to that, like oil in it. A lot of people put SAE 30 in it, and that's what they originally did, but I've always put Hitran or Hygar, and I think that's fine as long as you don't mix and match them. So we're going to take that out, and I've also got the touch controlled temperature gauge to put on it, and so I want to do that too. I haven't run the Cub probably about a month. The crank. Oh, you know what? I gotta fix the. Oh, come on. I gotta fix the choke lever on this thing because it spins, which is why I keep starting it from the side, which is dangerous. So I'll just, wobble that back and forth. But the choke lever on the side, it spins. Hot metal, so if you tighten it up too much, then it cracks and breaks. Let's see, I'll do that there. See? What is... Wonderful. First thing I want to do is take these front end weights right there, those frame weights, and put those on because this is the tractor I'm going to disc with. So I guess while I'm going to work on the front, I might as well get this draining out. Let's see, drain plug is down here on the bottom. What you don't want to do is obviously round it off. It's on there good. I'd say he hasn't done this in a while. He said he rebuilt the touch control on this twice since he's owned it, so he got it in '77. So he's probably changed it at least twice. And he had a loader on it for a while, so it looks pretty clean. Don't let me forget I put that right there. So what I got to do is take this off. This is the filter. And put the new one on. If I grabbed a bigger wrench, I could take the fill off here. Oh, this will work. Let's see. That'll make it drain better, I think. And stop glug-glugging. I'll probably push the washer in so I can't get it on. It goes like that. Those are heavy. This is probably one of my favorite international paints. It's Rust-Oleum IH red, and it's a darker red. So it's not 2150. Like I said, I don't know what you call it, but you can see down here it's this darker red, and most of this tractor is that darker red too. I just don't like that newer color on old tractors. I don't know what year it was. They changed it in 1950 maybe. I think this has more black in it, which makes it just looks better to me. The great thing about cast iron is you can do a brush job and it looks pretty good. I put one coat on the other day just to start it. I don't know like I said, I don't know what these bolts are for, so if any of you know, I'd love to hear what they're for. Super careful. I don't want to ruin it because it's a good one. It's in good shape. It's in real good shape. Almost like, you can see how good it is. I think it's like new. I've pulled some of these things out before that just looked like there wasn't much left. But I'm going to hang on to the other one. I'll seal it up and put it away because I may need one someday. Those things are ridiculously expensive to buy. Guy over not too far away from me was junking out a tractor, and I got this right here dirt cheap. I really try to avoid buying stuff off eBay because I mean, I'm an eBay seller and I don't sell a lot because between what they take, which is a lot, and then now they turn you into the IRS like you're a seller. So I mean, like, yeah, I'm licensed to be a seller, but I don't have an eBay business. So I just basically, if I got some extra junk laying around, I throw it on eBay to get rid of it. But you have to jack up your price to compensate for how much they take, and then they report you to the IRS because you know, supposedly making money off it. Which you used to be able to make, I don't know how much money, it was a lot. Now you can only make like $600 or $300 or some ridiculously low amount. So you pretty much sell one thing and you're turned into the IRS as a seller. You have to count it as income, which is ridiculous because it's basically, you know, an online garage sale as far as I'm concerned. All right, I know I've changed at least 5, if not 6 of these stupid things over the course of the last couple of years. I've never had one that this little thing right here had the, this is the probe that goes in, and here's the pipe fitting. Here, I have never had one that the pipe fitting didn't fit. And I've bought them off eBay. I know I have before. I generally get Birch Store Tractors, that's who it is, Birch Store Tractors. Great people. So I just ordered another one from them, and hopefully that one will work. But I am so mad. This is a piece of crap. So, and I think actually Birch Store was cheaper than what I paid for this off eBay, because Birch Store has free shipping too on like under $100, as long as it's, you know, something they can put in a box and not on a pallet. Farmall Fanatic had done one of these maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. I think he had an issue with it too. I'll go back and watch that video and see where he got his from, and see if it was a piece of junk on eBay. But I know I've bought them off eBay before. I don't remember who on eBay. I don't remember the seller. But I know when I was working on that Super A /100, 130, whatever it was, over the winter, I bought one, and I bought a lot of stuff from Birch Store, so I put it in the order, and I know for a fact the one from Birch Store fit right in. So I ordered another one, and now what am I gonna do with this piece of junk that cost me like $50? I am so mad. I could take this probe out, I could put a 5/8 fine thread nut on it, and it fit perfectly. It only fits in the filter if you cross thread it. And I'm going to show you something here. So when you look at it, the probe right here, okay, this doesn't fit up snug against it. So what happens is this right here, when it seats in the filter, keeps it pushed out too far so that the threads on this pipe fitting right here won't engage. Because I just want to make sure I didn't have a, you know, a bum filter, but it's not the filter. It's definitely this probe. So anyway, lesson learned. It just further illustrates that buying crap on eBay is crap. And so, like I said, I just can't say this enough times. I've changed out a lot of these, and I know I've bought some off eBay, but I've never had an issue until this time. And so now I've just got this piece of crap that I'm going to have to throw in the trash, and out $50. So maybe the video will make enough money to pay for it, but probably not anytime soon. I guess that's it for today. You know, I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.